everybody, and welcome back to Maisie's Garden. I have a message for you. We are going to do an oracle message from the Akashic Truth Oracle deck. I think I got this one off of Amazon. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I think it was off of Amazon. If you're looking for decks, I really like the messages on this deck. Like on, the pictures, the messages, everything like that. All right, so let's kind of see what we got, kind of message Spirit has for the collective today. Spirit, what kind of message do you have for the collective today? Okay. Anything else? Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay. All right. So the first one that came out is deception. All right. It says you're not seeing the entire picture of a person or a situation. It may be purposefully withheld from you, or you may be choosing to look the other way or betray yourself in some way. It's time to gain clarity. Well, this week we've got a full moon eclipse going on, so you're going to see where deception is lied anyway. So there's something about your perspective that needs to change, or you need to finally allow yourself to accept a situation for what it truly is and not try to make it out to be something that it's not, or try to convince yourself that you're reading too much into it, or you're overlooking signs, or giving somebody too much of the benefit of the doubt. You need to be able to switch that up a little bit. Not even switch it up, see through that. Don't allow time put in with a person, or family, friends, what type of relationship it is, the time frame on how long you guys have been together, in each other's lives, whatever it is, that someone wouldn't deceive you in their best interests, because it happens every single day. And I'm not saying to become overly paranoid. This is something where Spirit's already kind of given you a heads up, has already kind of shown you, and you're deceiving yourself. You're not seeing the entire picture. Then we have reach out. Okay, it says you've isolated yourself and are trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help, so reach out to ask for support at this time. Maybe you're lying to yourself that you don't have the support. I do know, and I'm not saying this is for everybody, but just be careful about staying in a victim mindset or staying in a victimhood, because it's easier to be there, or that's where you're most comfortable because you've been a victim of circumstance before. And sometimes when we get in that cycle of victimhood, we tend to stay there. We're comfortable there. And I'm not saying that you're purposely trying to be a victim, but sometimes, because that's the perspective, or that's the lens that we're seeing things out of, we then perpetuate ourselves in situations over and over again to make it seem like we're a victim, or to have that situation kind of manifest or replay itself in some way. Maybe not the same situation, but how, you becoming a victim in some way, or keeping yourself in a victimhood in some way. And really, you have the support that you need. All you got to do is reach out and ask. You don't need to isolate yourself. You have people in your corner. So you may be deceiving yourself that people don't really, this could be, just a negative thought process where you may think that people aren't on your side. They don't want to support you. You don't have allies or anything like that. And Spirit's trying to come out and tell you that that's the furthest from the truth. All you got to do is reach out. People will stop asking if you need help if you keep telling them over and over again that you don't need help. They're not going to keep offering. So it's okay to say, hey, I'm really struggling right now, or hey, I just need a little bit of support in this. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you less than. Everybody needs support from time to time again, some more than others, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? this feels like someone's got a lot of negative thinking going on, or like a negative mindset, or whatever lens that you're looking out of things needs some healing. You need to kind of go in and clear away some of the things that you've been harboring. It's like, again, with you may be choosing to look the other way or betray yourself in some way. You could be really betraying yourself out of alleviating a lot of stress and negativity in your life by thinking that you're alone. Okay, sometimes we need to like look up from our own shit and realize who we have around us. And then it says reassess. You're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what brings you joy and who and what doesn't. It's time for a life cleanup. Listen, if you're not happy where you are, stop telling yourself that you are happy there. Okay, stop overlooking the sneak disses or the backhanded comments from people that may be pretending that they're your friends or family and that they love you and support you, and maybe they really don't. And again, you're trying to convince yourself that this person, because you're coming from a mindset of I'd never do that to them. But we can't always think about it that way with other people, and we really have to assess of what's really going on. What have they really shown me? How are they really acting? What are they really saying? Even if, you know, they're putting on a good front, energy doesn't lie. Okay? Trust your gut. It seems like Spirit's been maybe trying to tell you for a little while here. You do have people on your side. It just seems like that maybe you've been trying to keep the wrong people on your side, or maybe there's some friendships or family member relationships, or, you know, it could be lovers, significant others, whatever, and whoever, coworkers, you know, business associates that you've been trying to keep around, thinking that they have your best interests at heart, and they really don't. Or even vice versa, maybe you're trying to keep some people at arm's length that really could provide a stable support system for you. So there's something about clearing up your mind, really allowing yourself to see the clarity of stuff. You may need to go in and do some introspection and some healing all on your own, just so that you can start seeing things clearly, and really wipe off the gunk from those lenses that in the perspective of where you're seeing and the way that you're seeing. The bottom of the deck says difficult road, spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking a hard path in life. So it looks like, you know, you may not have always been handed or dealt with the easiest, you know, cards. You know what I mean? You may not have always been able to play with a full deck, or the cards that you have been handed may not have always been the easiest to try to win. So then you really had to come up with a strategy. And it just looks like that maybe there are some people that are surrounding you that are working against you instead of helping you or working with you in order to... it's like it's a form of sabotage. And, you know, it feels like these aren't people that are newer in your life. It feels like these are people that know you, know that they can say certain things or do certain things in order to keep you hooked in, or to keep you from cutting them off. Whatever's not making you happy anymore, whether it be a job, a hobby, something creatively, something you've been putting time and effort in, and you just don't like it anymore, it doesn't make you happy, it's not bringing you joy, it's okay to admit that to yourself. No matter how much time you put in, or how much you thought that's the way that life was going to go, or you thought that was the path that you were supposed to take, it's okay to say, I no longer understand why I'm on this path. This no longer resonates with me. It's no longer bringing me joy or any kind of fulfillment or happiness. I need to change something. Don't let your ego and pride keep you stuck somewhere that you were meant to walk away from, or meant to get yourself out of a long time ago. Okay? And don't forget, you do have people on your side. Even if it's just spirit and you guys need to have a conversation with yourself, open up that channel so that you can get the clear messages that spirit's been trying to tell you. Okay? I love you guys so very much. I'll see you soon. Bye.